Welcome to another feature of Saturday Morning Runnings, aired live Saturdays at 10 a.m. I am your host, Lady D. Denise Gomez, producer of Inside the Zone. Inside the Zone is aired Mondays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel. This week's topic, Ginnal, still their boat. Whenever the term Ginnal is used right off the bat, we think of a con man, a trickster, and swindler. However, Ginnal still their boat in all forms. Tradespeople, scammers, pickpockets, suits, and skirts, especially at Christmas time. As Saturday morning runnings, come make we talk. The crew on board are Maxine, Max Spoit, Lions or Early Bird, Jackie Brainbox Tyson, Sharnette Sharns, Mignot Brown, and Jen. We miss and love her, but she will not be able to join us this morning. Welcome. It is 2 minutes after 10 o'clock. We are on time, on target, and ready to go. Last week we had such fun and we missed you, Sharns. But
Yes,
thankfully
Sharns.
you are here this week.
Yeah, I
You're back
missed you
with us.
all ladies too. Yeah.
You're back with us. So we're grateful. We're grateful to those of you who are coming into the room. Come, man, come on the veranda. Then come in and dust off your foot on the mat.
Eh,
Come in at
a
the
piece of
hall.
crocus bag, a piece of crocus bag with the doorway.
And when you reach the doorway, say, anybody there, anybody there. Then we say,
Hold
come
on,
She
in,
said,
come
"Tan
in.
good. Said, tan good, may I come in?"
hold dog there.
Lord, I
Now when
tell
you
you.
come to dinner, how you not do?
Oh, seriously. I remember when people would be coming by, passing our gate, they call out, Miss Ruby, Mr. Thomas. Because my grandfather would take his favorite seat, his spot on the veranda, and Mama take her favorite spot on the back porch. And then everybody, everybody pass by, heal up. And then if them not see nobody now, then come up to the veranda. They say, anybody there? You know,
Yeah.
and somebody will go here and answer and say, who that? And then say, ma, so and so, or Miss so and so, or it's me, ma'am, them send me for ice and what have you.
My granny say, fi tell you say, she ask you say, "Ma'am,
You
if you
say
have any breadfruit, can get an extra
one extra slice. One extra
one long
slice.
message."
Or,
Yeah,
or what them say?
our yard was a shortcut because we lived off the main road. So when you
Mhm,
when you when you leave the main road, you're going to a track and you go up to our property. But
mhm,
in order for people who lived in the adjoining district, instead
mhm.
of going around, on the road,
Mm-hmm.
when I car around the road, instead of go around the road, they would
Right.
cut through our property. So they would walk literally right through our yard. So it was
Mhm.
a constant
Mm-hmm.
calling
Oh,
out all the time.
get you, get you.
Yes, that was like
Yeah.
my grandparents' yard. But
That
it's
was
only
the
certain
shortcut.
people would want to walk to Mr. Lowe yard. Because
Oh.
Mr. Lowe have dog. And
Mhm.
if they walk through our yard,
Oh,
it will take them away from a long distance going all the way down a cross road and go
Oh,
round and
wow.
come back round at the back. You
Yes.
Mhm.
understand? So when them say
Mhm.
old dog, grandma actually say, go there, go hold the dog. So we actually
yeah.
got the holy dog.
The holy dog. I know. What a way to kick off the morning. We need to do a show, whole dog.
Whole
Anyway,
dog.
The dog
Lord,
business part two.
the dog business part too. We'd like to welcome you. Don't forget, you're coming in this morning. Like the little like thing right there. You just tap it, man. Use your finger and juke, as we say. Just tap it, and then you can share. Um, don't be all for yourself. Share,
Aye.
Share,
It's a
man.
season for sharing.
There you go. Welcome to our viewers this morning and those of you who have popped into the chat. What I have been realizing, or we have been realizing, is that there are there are quite a few people who are watching us. Some may not be able to watch the live broadcast, so they go back and watch. But for those
Yes.
who are watching it like no, live, if you don't, when you tap, you type certainly there, I'm here, I'm watching. And so we'll see the numbers, but it's after the fact when we come off and we're saying, oh, look how much views we have, but we can't see you.
Yes, that's
We
true.
would like
And we
to
can
see you.
mention you.
Yeah,
And we can't
definitely.
mention you. Yes, you have to. So welcome.
But
If
did
you're
Ryan,
in
did
the
Ryan bring a friend?
The chat.
Hey, Lady D,
uh,
did Ryan bring a friend?
we have to go find out because he is like, staple.
Who's Beverly
staple.
Wallace?
Oh, that's Rubes. Rubes, you're here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ruby.
Okay.
Yes, welcome to you, Rubes. It's been a while. We just catch up with each other. It's been some time we have not spoken, seen each other, or anything. She used to have her restaurant right there where Jackie, where Touch FM station was, right next door there. So, Rubes, what's the name of the restaurant again? Yeah, she had her restaurant there. But
Okay.
yes, but she's not there anymore.
Nice.
We'd like to acknowledge you. Yes, Sherns. Okay, so Sherns will be right back. So welcome to everyone. Log on, type in the chat and say howdy. So Valerie.
Howdy do.
Val, you
Share me
finally
chocolate
made
tea.
it. Val, you made it. You're there too. So Andrea was first this morning. So we need to get a ribbon. We need to give her one ribbon.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to get a ribbon, Andrea. Vera was second morning. Lady D and friends. I like to put up our things so everybody can see. And Vero is here. Valerie, morning, Val. Good morning, all. And she says, Ahu Dea, come in.
May that come in. May that come in.
May that come in. Over there.
So, what did Ryan him say now?
Hotness.
Good.
Hotness. Yes, Ryan. How you doing?
I am putting a pop, Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan putting on the way soon.
Yes. Okay. So morning. Pleasant good morning. Christine. Hey, Chris. Morning to all. Yes, good to see you, Christine. Lord, Christine have her project and she's all over Africa.
Wow.
Every minute she gone somewhere. Yes, please.
Nice.
Yes, she been busy with her projects and stuff. So, hey, Sharon, how you do? Poor Sharon. Sharon, how you managing? I know the Lord going bless you. You're going to get back your suitcase. No worry. Good to see you. So this morning, our topic, I tell you, Jamaica people, we know easy, Ginnal still the boat.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody look on you and say you are Ginnal, you feel bad, Suddenly, something hit you hard.
Ginnal, good sitting.
No. And as I mentioned in our script, they come in all form. So you have the tradespeople, right? So you have those who the dressmaker, the tailor, how much people go at tailor and the tailor promise them or them take the fabric or some mess. Same thing with the dressmaker. Then you have the big time scammers who he never accept, right? And
What about the partner people them?
The partners for that. I was in third form, went into a partner. All know we can't get no draw. So after that,
somebody draw without the money. Gone.
Third form was a challenge. But
all right, try it.
We have the pockets, right? Those who I was talking the other day about the man who had slipped his hand into a pocket and you see him easing like a lizard. Listen now into a GOS bus.
To my brother.
Everybody seen, I look around, and nobody now say nothing. You seen easy now from them come up so, like when I say,
Mm-hmm.
nah, okay, need I say more? And
Mm-hmm.
then you have those in the suits and
Mm-hmm.
the skirts.
And the
But what
colors.
about what
Yeah.
about Christmas time? Because
Oh, it's
we have
worse.
heard, oh
Oh
dear,
Lord.
we've
It's
heard
worse.
Most
the
rampant at
tales,
Christmas. Most rampant.
tears. People have cried, especially when they go downtown, or if not only downtown, but you go into one of the malls.
Oh yeah.
Is in a mall, you see
Mm-hmm.
people are cry out for teeth, or
Yeah.
somebody when they reach home realize they don't have this, they don't have that.
I
Hi.
have I
What?
have I have been pickpocketed.
Big.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pickpocketed here in
Oh,
this country, and I've also been mugged here in this country,
Wow.
and it was in
Wow.
December. It was yeah, it was like around. It was matter of fact, the date I was mugged, I will never forget it. It was December 19th, 1994.
what?
Mm.
Yeah, and I was pickpocketed before that.
Okay.
I left work. I was gonna go to Jamaica that weekend, and it was a Friday, and I left work and I walked one block. I was working on 40th Street, 40th and what's that? Fifth Avenue. I was between
Mm-hmm.
Fifth and Madison, but closer to Fifth Avenue. And I walked that one block from 5 to 6, and we all know it's a very long block.
Mm-hmm.
And back in them days, no Brand Park is
Was there.
redeveloped, and
Mm-hmm.
I was I was I was just smiling to myself. Not a good smile, like a more like a groan when I heard them on the ad now for the Winter Wonderland. They say it's a tourist hotspot. Back
Mm-hmm.
in the day when I was working over there in the late 80s, early 90s, Bryan Park was run down. It was full of creeper, the creeper plant and other plants that can exist in very harsh conditions. It was not occupied. The landscape over there was terrible. A lot of bums would frequent the area and stuff. So we would just walk fast and pass it and go down to Sixth Avenue. Back then it
Mm-hmm.
was First Federal Bank. First Federal has changed names like 4 times since.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked from Fifth Avenue, that one block, went down to the bank. Back in them days, the ATM was just coming in because I remember, I went. Was it ATM? I don't remember. Leave the ATM part out of it. I don't remember. But I went down to the bank. No, I don't think it was ATM because them times that the tellers would like put your money in an envelope and give it to you. And luckily, what I did was, cause when Granny raised you, raised right, and some things you have to remember.
Mm-hmm.
I took most of the money and I put it in my bosom. But
Mm-hmm.
what I was gonna spend, I put it
True
in my bag.
Jamaican.
I
Okay.
was wrong with you. Me just never. I mean, no. Honestly, I become me did younger. Because if I didn't know me, I go in my bosom for the money and pay anybody. You want to look at me funny at your business.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, me say, all right, let me put when me I go. I remember it was $240. I remember that much. And I put it in a pocket of my bag. Them time the crossbody bag wasn't a thing, but you could if you have a longer bag strap.
Snap.
And I had
Yes.
a Louis Vuitton bag, man, and the strap was down, and I put it on like a crossbody bag. And believe me, I walked that one block from Sixth Avenue back to Fifth Avenue. When I got there, the money was gone that I
Mm-hmm.
put in the bag.
Jesus, Father. No,
Oh,
sir.
The money was gone.
and
The
two
money
hundred
Yes,
and
evaporate.
forty dollars
It,
at
Yes,
the
it,
yes,
it
time was
oh no.
evaporates. China,
it was a
it
lot because
evaporate.
I was gonna buy. What's that, Jackie?
The money evaporate through the bag.
Evaporate. I was going to spend that money. That was spending money. Cause me have me little Leah if you go pick up and me I go buy some last minute items. And remember, I was gonna go to the hairdresser, to
mm-hmm.
get a perm and stuff. And I'm telling you, the money was gone. All me know is, I mean, you know, you don't even feel it because you're
No.
walking briskly, and everybody walking brisk, and it's cool. So
Mm-hmm.
to this day, I don't know how. Them
Mm-hmm.
slip it out of the bag. Then but the bag, the flap of the bag was just like flapping because the flap come over and then you have a zip.
Yes.
How them do it, I don't know up until now. But they
Man,
pick it right out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
People have
mm.
had some harsh experiences. What are your experiences? Good morning to everyone. You're just joining. We are happy to having you. Happy to have you. Sure. Yeah, create me one thing there.
We are having you happily. How about that?
I tell you, sure, when you speak,
She's speaking. She has speaking.
Lord, I tell you. Mhm.
Huh.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I mentioned that. Being happy to having you. um, Christine, yes, Christine. She has her projects. She also has projects in Jamaica, and she's sending on down her 20-foot container
Oh,
of digital
wonderful.
devices to 20 schools this month. So congrats, Chris.
Wonderful.
Great job. All right.
Nice.
Morning to the one, Chris Wilby of Caribbean
Hey,
Vibes
Chris.
Radio. Morning, Chris. How you do? How
How
you
they
do?
do? Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Morning.
All right. So if you have had any experience of, hi, people pick you or
What we call Ginnalship.
Ginnalship.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Ginnalship.
whole craft by itself.
Yes. Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
Max.
When Jackie mentioned a few minutes ago about if she has to go in the closet so
Mhm.
that she wouldn't have all this sound and noise, it took me right back to Jamaica where I had an experience. My girlfriend and I were living at Keysing Avenue, Kingston off of Hagley Park. Norman happened to have been visiting Kingston the same night, but he was gone with a friend. And my girlfriend and I were home alone in the house. So the windows were open, and all of a sudden, me and the dog them a bark outside really hard. So I right away knew something was wrong. But I thought it was Norma that came back. So I went to the door, went to the window to look outside. It was a gun that was in my face.
Wow.
And I was ordered to open the door. Yes. My girlfriend was lying on her bed with her phone. She was reading, and she was lying on the, can I tell you, we never have TV. So she was lying down on her back reading like this. And because I heard the dogs and I expected Norman to come back, I went up to the window and the guy said, "Oh, open the door and door make no noise." I had no choice was to open the door. And they opened the door when they had to rob us. And this was like a Thursday night, I think it was. Not think, it was a Thursday night. And I opened up the door and they came and they asked me, "Where the money? Where the money?" So me said, "We don't have no money." I was so frightened. You know what came out of my mouth? "We don't have no money and tomorrow we are get paid." That's exactly what I
Oh,
said.
Oh, dear
It came
Lord.
out of
oh,
my
Oh,
yeah.
we
Jesus.
don't have no money and tomorrow we are get paid. Two of them, one of them had a kerchief tied around his mouth, the other one never had any mask on.
Mhm.
And the one that opened the door was the one who had the gun. I was so shocked. I was trying to run into the kitchen to escape to the back door. And then hold me and push me back in the room. Poor, we never have no money. So I had that $1 on the table. I had a perfume that I had got because it was Secretary's Week and my boss had given me a nice Chanel perfume. And they took the perfume, they took the $1, they took my watch. And I
Mm.
had just purchased a brand new clothes iron and they took it. And after them take away them field certificate, they pushed two of us in the closet. Push us in the closet on top of each other and lock the closet door and gone
Wow.
and left.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So when we figured they were really gone, we came out and locked back the front door because the closet can open from inside out. And of course it have the
Mhm.
handle inside. So we opened the closet and came out. We normally went to the police station and reported it, but they asked us if we wanted to do an ID parade like some days after, and I said no, forget it. They didn't hurt us or anything. So I said, let it go because sometimes when you try to report these things or take it further, you never know what will happen. They come back and kill you and all those things. So I just let it slide. But that was my biggest and worst nightmare in of all of my
Mhm.
life. That was the only time I was ever robbed, was
Mhm.
that time when I lived in Kingston.
Mm.
So it was just
Oh my
heartbreaking.
goodness.
Never forget that time. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you mentioned closet, it came right back to me when they were pushed in the closet and locked me up in there and gone.
Wow.
Thank God we
I've
weren't
Well,
never,
hurt.
thank God they didn't hurt you.
thank God. Thank God
Mhm.
for that.
Yes.
I've never had that kind of experience, but I know
It's
a few people
traumatic.
who have had. Yes, yeah, must
Believe
be
me,
traumatic.
it's
Mhm.
traumatic. It's a very
Yeah.
traumatic experience because and it,
Yes,
it,
it
it
is.
bothers you. It bothers you a long time after
After,
the event. You
Yes.
keep replaying it
Yes.
in your mind, replaying it in your mind. What, like you say, Max, you know what come out of your mouth is what tomorrow you get picked. You don't realize how you would react in the situation. You know
Mhm.
what I
yes,
mean?
Yes.
Because
yes.
Exactly.
I was when I was mugged,
It's
I
like
was
anything to
actually
get out of house.
right.
You would
Because you're
think
not
they'll
like
be
you're not
coming
gonna say
back.
we'll never come back tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was mugged, it was two guys, and them just give me like a wide circle. They gave me a wide circle. I think them they look like they was just walking regular. You know, them was going about them business. It was now like when the time changed and now like after 6 is really dark.
Yes.
And that was
Mhm.
back in the days when you didn't have transfer from bus to train and all of that stuff. It was like you just have to come off. I mean, I was really actually trying to avoid like a double fare. It was a short little walk.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mhm.
was gonna pick up my daughter from my mother at the time. My mother used to pick her up sometimes after school for me, and I would go get her. And it was after 6, coming
Mm.
home from work, and the two guys them they just gave me a I saw them and they were coming at me and they turned and at first I was like, okay, they're not coming this way, but they made a wide circle and they came around the other way. And by the time I feel a presence and I
Mm.
went to glance over my shoulder, one of them just put his hand over my eyes and my mouth, yanked me back, and then I had my bag crossbody wearing again.
Mhm.
And the other one just started pull me back, but it wouldn't come off. Because he
Mm.
was just pulling it, and it wouldn't come off because it's firmly, around my
Yeah.
coat.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Master, it was a struggle between me and the two of them. And
Mhm.
them threw me down on the ground and pulled the bag all the way down my legs, off
Oh,
my body, and run away with it. And asked if I run them down.
Lord Jesus. No, you see what
oh my
they say
God.
when
Please,
trouble take
hey,
a
let me
pin
tell you,
shot
man.
fit you.
Yes.
Any stone did that, but me get the two of them. Trust me, because me I run after them and me I look
And they
for
coming like
something
me.
too. But that
Mhm.
was more like reflex. But it's horrible to feel like you're a victim. I mean, granted, because of the pickpocketed incidents, prior to that, which was a few years, I had decided never to walk with money again. I said I will never
Right.
walk with no substantial amount of money again. I said if you pick me again, you're
Mhm.
getting you're not getting any money. So I really had like $20. And back in them days, you use token and coin change for the bus. So I
Yeah.
had a little, yeah, me had like maybe $10. We can you could buy a roll of quarters for $10. So me had like that in there and tokens. And I didn't have much money in there. And then run away with the bag. And that was in December. And I got the bag back in February. But that's another story for another day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
But it's a
sir.
horrible feeling. It's a
Well,
horrible feeling
well,
when
I saw firsthand right here in the Bronx, by Pittman and Baychester, where the Rite Aid pharmacy is. It a
Pitman
man
and
and
Beatrice.
it yeah, right by Pittman there, so and Baychester.
Mhm.
Um, and it was during the Christmas time. A man came out of the pharmacy walking with a small package in his hand, and this guy was just walking casually. And before me
Mhm.
know it, right before my eye, he just,
Oh.
I mean, there's a motion to stealing, to
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
grabbing, to snatching. He just creeped up in no time, and you just see him use him hand and yank the bag. The poor man stand
Mhm.
up in realizing, oh, him gone with me bag and dash across the street. And the
Mhm.
man was saying, he held up his head, he said, my medication in it.
Oh God.
Oh.
That's no one care.
And which a car? He run gone up the road, just kept running. Now, where am I going to do with that?
Yeah, from
I
10 to
want
1.
a million truck.
Yeah, but you know what? They are very well organized, you know. I'm telling you, it's like a syndicate.
It's a
And
skill.
like you mentioned in the opening, Lady D, there are women also involved. Because
Yes.
Yes.
I have seen them on the train. Let me tell you, riding, I mean, the trains,
Yes.
I have been on the train in a couple of years no, but back in the day, riding the train on a daily basis to work, let me tell you, they know how to work. They will do a little distraction. And when you are look, if you are so inclined to be nosy, or just by human nature, you react and you look to see what the distraction attract you and you look.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody have them hand in
That's
your
when they
pocket round their stomach. Them yeah,
Yes,
and what
man.
they would do, they would pass it on to another one. So
Mm-hmm.
they would strategically place themselves in the train car. And when this one pick them, give it to that one, and that one now walk between the cars and gone to another car. Or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they know when to pounce, like oh that guy you're talking about. They
Yeah.
know when to pounce, and they would pounce like when they going into a stop. Somebody train stop them, just come out and run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if you were able to identify and say, well, she bumped me, that person already palms off the thing to another one of the
Uh-huh.
accomplices, and they
Mm-hmm.
would be free to say, well, search me now, search me, I ain't got
Yes.
Yeah.
nothing, look at
Yeah.
look at
Because
look,
they know
because
the
they know.
accomplice.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The accomplice. I'm telling you,
Yes.
I used to work downtown. Before I mention that, let me acknowledge Chris's comment. He says, I got robbed in Montego Bay 2001 at gunpoint by a teenager. He
Lord
took my gold
Jesus.
watch and the 50 Jamaican dollars. I haven't bought another watch since
Oh,
then.
geez.
Lord Jesus
It
Christ,
Oh,
was
you
terminal
It's
long.
understand.
too
He
much
goes
because
on
I'm
to
yes.
telling
say,
you.
Your
at
time.
that time, I used to travel back and forth between Jamaica and US. That's when I decided to live in the US. No mind.
Lord
Them
Jesus.
bad over here to Chris, believe me, because me never get
Oh,
nothing like that in a Jamaica.
Yeah,
All mine happen
Me
up here.
too.
Yes.
One,
because
one,
we
I,
know. No, go ahead, Jackie.
wow.
no, I had one experience, with something like that happening to me. I used to go to Bronx Community College. So after work, I would go home and I would hurry up and go. Luckily, where I lived like 2 blocks from Fordham Road, and then I'd walk to the school. It was a Thursday evening, I remember, and I got out early and I walked to school. We were supposed to do a yoga class at school, and the teacher didn't show up. So the substitute that was there, she said she just gave us a piece of paper for us to sign, and she said we could go home. But normally, when I'm going to, and it was a mandatory class, I really wanted to stay home that day because I'm saying this class, never really necessary. And I didn't see any reason why I should go. But anyway, I said, let me go just to get the point. And I was walking back from, where University Avenue is. I don't know if you know that side over by
Yeah.
Fordham Road.
Mhm.
And I
That's
was
a hot
walking back
spot,
to
you
Fort.
know.
Yes, in that area.
Hot
That's a rough
spot.
area. And I used to walk that
Yeah.
area sometimes late because when I leave school, sometimes late at night, I walked it home. I live right
Mhm.
at 193rd and the concourse. So it's a walk. And by the time I got to like a block from Fordham Road, I saw this young man coming up, a Spanish guy, young guy. He couldn't have been older than probably about 19, maybe 20. Looked decently dressed. I remember I had on like a black t-shirt and I think it's a white sweatpants. And he was just walking normally, coming up the street. And by the time he got like in front of me, he did like this. It's like
Mhm.
something caught his eye. So he did like this. And I kind of paused. And next thing I know, I got a big hit in my chest.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I stopped. I thought that, I got stabbed or something. And I slowly moved my hand to see if
There was
I
blood
got
or
stabbed.
anything.
And
Mhm.
2 older men were standing right at their fence. They were talking. One was outside on the pavement, and the other one was over the fence, like at his house. And they were talking, and they saw what happened. And they turned around and they said something in Spanish. Next thing I know, I forgot that I had on my necklace, a nice gold chain with
Mhm.
a gold cross on it, and it had encrusted. It had like diamond chips in the cross.
Okay.
And that's what caught his eye. So that's why he did like this.
Mm.
And when that boy started to run up the road, he started running down, you know.
You
So
see,
I
I'm
took out
telling
my
you,
phone.
reflex.
Yeah. I
You're
took out
brave.
my phone at the same. But I know because me so frightened, I made to stand up for a little bit. If I move at the same time, I would have caught him up. But I took out the phone and I called the police at the same time. And see, it's like quick time they were down on me because it seemed like they were close by. Got in the car, the guy, I saw him run across the street. And a whole lot of apartment buildings are there.
Oh,
And he
he
ran
disappeared.
into him, just disappeared. And when the
Yeah.
police asked me if I can recognize him, I said yes. I think I could recognize him because he paused for a bit and I actually saw him coming up in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back down the street, I always see a bunch of young men sitting on the stoop and on them fence or whatever. Everybody look alike. Everybody. So,
Yeah.
so them say, okay, we're taking you to the precinct and we're gonna show you a booklet. And if you see anybody that looks like that, you pick them out. And then say anybody that you pick out, that's who we're gonna pick up. And trust me, that's intimidating because when you go and you look at those pictures, there are quite a few people. It's a booklet with pictures and everybody look alike. And if you pick one and it's the wrong one, that's the person they're gonna go pick up.
Yes.
So I couldn't do it. I just left it.
That's
But
why I didn't
it
do
was
it.
a horrifying feeling. It was a horrifying feeling following that because I felt so vulnerable. I felt like somebody invaded my. I really felt violated.
Yeah.
And that was the only day I didn't take off that chain. I completely forgot because I just came from work and I was, trying to get to class and it was hanging out of the blouse I was wearing. But that was my bad experience with that.
Oh, thanks, Jack, for sharing. We know these experiences are not good, but we're talking about the Ginnal them. Sharon, Andrew says Sharon, a neighbor, and I got robbed on the way from church. They fight her for her bag, grab off. Oh, Sharon, we know Sharon. Grab off my watch. They jumped in the gully.
Them should I broke.
Yes, I've heard of that story. But it also takes us back.
Well,
We can perhaps say to ourselves, at what point does a person make a decision? Is it by way of how they're socialized? Was it an experience? Is it out of desperation? Why people choose to take this path where they swindle you, all kind of stuff that they do to you. And we mentioned about Christmas time because we know that people either save towards this season. People want to fix up their house. They want to buy stuff for their family and friends. They want to prepare their food. They're hosting or they want to take anything. You want to treat yourself. What have you? You plan for it.
Yes.
The bonus, fine. You say you're going to use bonus to do whatever.
Yeah.
And people have lost their bonus. People get picked. I used to work at a company in New Kingston, and we got bonus. And a co-worker now go home with hers.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
I'm telling you. So,
Yes.
and sometimes too, as much as we think we are paying attention, we really don't know what to look for. Unless you see somebody display some very odd characteristic. There's just something that makes them stand out because they just know how to blend in.
Yeah. They dress up like that, like they're working. They will have even an attaché case.
Yeah.
And all of that. Yeah. And then they're looking to swindle. Yeah.
And just like how when they walk into a bank, a well-dressed man in a suit walks up to a teller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With a briefcase.
Exactly.
And so he goes up and he says, don't say a word, but I'm here to rob. Right?
Exactly.
Well, we watch movie, right? So
but it happened for real,
And it
yeah. But Lady D, you mentioned feeding your parents.
I have to share this story.
Oh dear. Valerie says my gold chain was grabbed coming from Tom Redcom Library and I fight for it. Yes, Val.
Oh Jesus.
Period.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to share this story. It's very relevant. And my grandmother was an Igla back in Jamaica as a child growing up. So, you know, you get everything to buy in a market. So I have three little stories I want to tell. There was a man who used to drive the market truck. And my grandmother tell me the story about him being in the market to sell to. He drive the truck with him also carry load that on to sell. And this guy come in the market and wrap up with something wrap up in a newspaper, a gun. He must sell the man the gun. And people were just silly back then, because why would he be buying an illegal gun? Anyway, him hand the man money and the man hand him gun in a paper, newspaper, wrap up and gone. And said, I didn't nobody see. So when the man selling the gun and gone and he opened the paper, it was a piece of brick. A piece of brick. It was no gun.
A piece of what?
Brick.
There's another story. It's like brick.
Brick.
Piece of
Stone.
Yes, it was
They
no
used to put
gun.
the stone in our TV.
So you see the thought behind that. Because if you're handing sliding off a gun, nobody not going to open it and say, "Oh, let me make sure say I gun," because of course other people will see. So if you give him something that feel heavy enough and maybe have a kind of formation to
like,
it, you're gonna assume is the gun me get in. So maybe I want little 45 pistol because I don't know how.
But you know something, serve him right.
And there's two other incidents. My grandmother bought shoes polish, black shoes polish. So we come home and wear clean shoes and wear put it out. So when you put polish on shoes, it's supposed to look fade and then you shine it with the brush. But when you put on the polish, it just greasy. You know what we discovered? It was fire coal grind up with Vaseline.
That is Ginnalship right there.
Ginnalship. Another story. This is the biggest one. My grandmother buy can she buy stuff in the market? So she bought soap powder. Breeze, never get the brand, the Breeze soap powder. And she buy several because it's cheap. She buy for the mother, she buy for the neighbor, and buy for herself. So it's Christmas time and we wiping down the wall. You know, Christmas time you wipe down the wall. If you're not gonna paint, you wipe down the wall. So we catch the water in the pan with the rag and pour in soap and I wipe down the wall. But the water not soda. I had me a pour soap so she had a pour, so yeah, it was too much soap. But it not soda, there's no soda. So with the women, then the water start getting milky. And you realize, you know what it was? Old milk powder. They put old milk powder in a Breeze box. Seal it up back and sell it.
Oh God.
No, I'm telling you,
Jamaica, that's happening in the market.
We're not easy.
Old milk powder.
Sir.
We are not Ginnalship. I mean, when they sit down and mastermind these things and then execute it, you have to sit back and say, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't believe it. Thank you, Chris.
Them people used to sell TV and put so you know they have big back TV or them heavy and put stone in there. The TV hollow not working. Put stone in there to weigh it down and sell people. You know that?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like with electronic, you take something to go get fixed and then barely touch it up and charge your arm and a leg. And by the time the R2 pass, it not working. A friend of mine here went to the mechanic and was told that her car needed A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And she got the relevant something them. And I mean, this guy was Jamaican like her. And she figured, you know, instead of going to the other set, let her deal with this guy. And him say, you need this, you need that. I've got to change this, go buy that. And she did that and she brought them to him. She put them in her trunk. She got over. She leave it for the required period of time, which was a few days. And him fix and or so he said. And when she got the car back and we drove away and went to do some shopping, she went into her trunk to put stuff in. And the most expensive part that he told her she needed, she have to buy the car. The car now was 7 or 11. Buy it. Me have to put it on. And when she went back, she said, you put it on. Him said, yeah, man, rev it up, hear it there, put blah, blah, blah. and you know the piece of equipment was still in her trunk.
Mm-mm.
She lucky
Because
she
what
find
Oh
it.
happened,
Lord.
he was he since lost his shop right off of White Plains Road. He since lost his shop because he was having people like buy extra stuff, and then he would use say Maxine car need that. He would have me buy it and things to my car.
Mhm.
And then he played forward. So him use people parts to fix up other stuff. And
Okay.
yeah, and so
Yes.
he was actually because she went back over to him because my friend don't play. She went back to him and she said, "Oh, the part that you send me the deed where you put on if the
Mhm.
car can't move. It in a me trunk seat here." And you tell me, and she let him have it.
Mm,
She
good.
let him have it because she said, "You are dishonest.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do people like that." Because you know, people always say, you know, most people would say, "No, make woman go
No.
mechanic by themselves because they're gonna
Exactly.
give you
Yes.
a 6 or 9."
Mhm.
Yes.
And that's what he did. The part him
Yes.
tell her she really needed.
Yes.
Otherwise, the car is the goner.
And we don't know
When
Mhm.
nothing.
most expensive, it was still in her trunk. He obviously forgot to take it out. Or maybe forget where he put it or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
Mhm.
And he and,
And
and,
you said
and,
she
had,
lucky she
and
find
who
it.
knows? What
Man.
yeah, and who knows if the other stuff she bought, she really needed
Yes.
all of them things.
Oh
She
my
probably didn't.
goodness. Shucks.
You know that. That's
I
Man,
believe
here
A
that.
big,
Herman.
that a big con man that.
Herman says at the corner of Beckford and Orange Streets. Me no understand, you know, Herman. That's where I am. You know, see me sign right
They are
there.
their best friend.
Same way.
Yes, we see
At
your
the corner
sign
of
over there
Orange
on
Street.
Bedford Street.
at the corner of Beckford and Orange Streets in Kingston, Jamaica, I got robbed of a pair of gold bangles, which I got as a birthday gift. The man's fingernail cut me, and that mark took a long time to fade out. I
My
never bought
Jesus.
another pair of bangles again. Oh my goodness, you could have even gotten infection.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Teeth infection.
Charles, he says, I remember when I was back home, it was a Friday. I went to the supermarket. So, standing in line waiting for service, somebody cut my bag. I only realized on Monday.
Oh,
On Monday, when I ready for work.
No. Me not get that one then. I don't
Oh,
get that
God.
one. You
Oh,
couldn't cut
God.
my bag.
Then
And
got
me
the
not
bag
realize until Monday.
No,
That was
because she not go
clumsy.
back to the bag. Clearly, she not go
yeah,
back
because
to
if
the
it's at
bag.
work, if it's at
So
work, back
her
and
she
bag,
probably
she
out.
would.
not go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she not go.
You know what?
Yes,
When Max talking about the market and stuff, there was a farmer. He was a very good friend of my grandparents. This is a man who plant him field and go market, and his wife was deaf, so he would go to the market with her to sell and stuff. And but he
Mhm.
was no joke, and he was a very strong man. He used to go away and farm work and stuff and come back. And he was there one time, and this boy, I mean, marketplace is a place where pickpockets roam, man, them roam free. And he
Yes.
this guy
Mm-hmm.
stick in hand, you have your tread bag and your apron and whatnot. And this guy put him hand
Yes.
down in there. But if he felt the hand
Mm.
and him just grab the hand, him a look at the boy, him
Yes.
just grab him and hold him tight and
Mhm.
start ball for teeth. And him reach in him pocket on the right hand side for him knife, ratchet
Nice.
knife was sharp.
Mhm.
Yes. And
Yes.
him a look on the guy, I mean, we were screaming as kids, we were screaming. Him just hold the guy with him left hand tight so. And the guy a bend up and a bend up, I squeeze him. And him reach for him ratchet with the other knife, with the other hand.
Mhm.
And him just
The other hand.
carve round the boy wrist, Him just take the knife and just cut it and carve it round, blood and spew, everything. And when him carve it round in a proper circle, him let him go and start ball for teeth. And believe me, by that guy run through the market and everybody said, give me a liquor for the boy. The boy a thief, give me a liquor for the boy. By the
Mhm.
time the guy run to the
Jamaica no
entrance,
joke,
him
you know.
take and dead,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's an artery in cut the
Yes,
radial
because the
artery.
artery. Yes.
Yes,
right,
radial
yeah.
artery.
If police were to say, what does he look like? Him couldn't identify. He did not look at him, just no say him grab him. And him hand in and pocket same way, and him say, all right, and him just circle it, And from him said, thief. Everybody said, where the boy, they give me a lick off him, and by the time everybody come down and give him a one lick, and him a run to escape.
Oh,
By him reach outside, him drop down and dead, man.
Yes, it will
And
be
nobody
out.
now get charged for that, you know.
No.
Yeah, nobody
be
now get
out.
charged for that.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
because
was kind of primitive, but
we
yeah.
we know when we read our news, especially news back home, if they catch you in the community, you know, unless somebody plead for
Yes.
you,
Mhm.
when the police
They
come, you
don't
know,
Oh yeah,
you're done for.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the
They take
vigilante
Yeah.
up- they take
kind
up
of
police
thing.
The
work.
vigilante justice,
Yes,
yeah.
man, the
But some of the
vigilante
people,
justice.
who are
Yeah,
beat the thief,
vigilante
them in
cover,
a thief
yes.
themselves, you know.
And yet, so we're here.
Some of the thief are beat the thief, a thief themselves.
Yes. So Chris
Yes,
says,
yes. Keep
so here
running.
Chris' story, you know. Chris says, I got conned in New York in 99. I bought some t-shirts from one of the guys on the street in Manhattan. They were well packaged in plastic. When I got to Jamaica, they were all damaged, full of hole.
Oh God.
Him
Yes.
said, "Lesson learned, never again."
God,
Oh, Chris.
no, sir.
No. So
No,
Christine
sir.
says, I
Oh,
almost
Lord.
got robbed in a minibus. The conductor and the passenger sitting beside me was in cahoots. They
Mhm.
take me
Yeah.
off the bus because I told them I would punch them in the face if they tried it again. Overall.
But listen, Daddy, I was one Saturday. I was heading to work. Right, I was standing right at Fordham, and I think I don't remember the name of that street. I think it's Carsa. But I was standing. There's a finish line. What you call it, sneaker store right behind that bus stop there.
Yeah,
So I
like
was
Valentine Avenue, maybe Jackie.
Valentine, right? So I was waiting for the
Valentine.
60 bus.
I know this sneaker store, yes.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
That was a
busy.
something going
I
on,
live right up the block from there. It's where I used to live. So it was really busy because it's Saturday. You know, Fordham Road is really busy. But it was during the time when people would come to Fordham Road to buy stuff for their children for school. This lady came up behind the bus stop. The bus didn't come yet. And you know the 3 card man then.
Mm-hmm.
Them start to flip them money, man. Flip them money.
Yes.
And here comes this lady, and she drop her money down. And when she drop her money down and flip, and she win $200. And then she start to run and jump up and say, oh, she win money. All right. And then she come back and that guy with her come back and him drop money and them say, all right, the two of them going to put together. Man, watch them, you know. And them drop the money win again, man. So here comes this lady. Well, she was African. And she come and she and one man came up and they put money down on the table. When they put money down on the table, I think she must have win $100. All right. Then she put some more money down. This time she no win.
Mm-hmm.
She put more money. She put $200.
Right.
This time she don't win. And then I encourage her, know the crowd start to gather, crowd start to gather. And I say, what show them going to rob this woman here today? I mean, I try hint her, so that's what my life. I put my life on the, because then they will kill you. I mean, I hint the woman, I say, don't. Me say, you see when she put the last money down, lady day, them just strip her. And she drop and tumble down and everything in her life out of her handbag just spill out in a Fordham Road. And then gone down the block.
Man.
Everything. She cried. The woman said she came down there with $900 to buy school clothes for her children. And every penny gone. The woman stand up at finish line. And when the tears just fall down her face, so. We just look on her. The bus just
So you see how distraction can take you.
Yes, those were their
distraction.
Accomplices were the ones who came up.
There you go. And that is what gambling is designed for. You put down something
about. Yes.
whether it's a machine, any kind of exchange of a denominator. You think that fine, I can put 100 down and I can get 2 on it. So that hype feeling that you get, There's an adrenaline rush that you get.
Yeah.
That's the boys may put out no 300, might get even two more or so.
Yes.
And you stay until you're dip into your money. And
And
sometimes
sometimes they know we not, you know.
them things and
Yes.
so you have the
Lisa.
professional Ginnalship.
So, yes,
Ginnal.
they set it so that you look like you win, and you don't win nothing because they want to catch
Oh
you.
yeah,
Listen, the
that,
woman
believe me,
cried. She
that
stand up, she
first
put her
woman.
hand on her head. And you
Yeah,
know how hard those people work to get
Okay.
their
yeah,
money.
yeah. That
It
that
was
that
sad.
first woman who
That can happen to
so-called
me.
win.
That could never happen to me. Not me.
But Maxine, them have a saying. There's a new con born every minute in a New York.
Yes.
Them tell you a new con born every minute. Because I mean, yes, we know that. Them, when it comes to sleight of hand and you
Mhm.
put it and you must guess where them put it and you flip and you switch around.
Mhm.
That we know we're not indulging in. But you have, and you know what? That could
No.
also be a double con. Because while them conning
Yes.
in that manner, they can also have friends who are working the crowd and pick your pocket and you don't know.
Same
Because
stuff.
That's
now you
true.
are
Yes.
looking at what's
Exactly.
going on and
Yes.
them trying to pick you around the corner.
Collusion,
Yeah,
man.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm a
Mhm.
professional
Yes.
man. Them
And
have it
Yes.
all
and
worked
the
out.
coming it comes in.
That's why when I'm in New York, when I'm on the
The
street
conning
like that,
comes in all
I
ways.
think like the street. Because when
Mhm.
I'm in those areas,
Mhm.
especially when it's cold, I have on my jacket. You don't see my bag, cause my bag
Mhm.
under my jacket.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
where you see me walk, my hand free.
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand? So you don't see
If
my
you
bag.
have bag,
Yes.
believe me, not in my bag because you ain't gonna get me.
Not
You
in
ain't gonna
there.
get me
And
there.
and like you said, I stopped walking with money.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Mhm.
sometimes,
You know, years ago in London, we had
go ahead, Max.
sorry. Norman and I, we had restaurants in New York when we lived there. 2000, between 2000, 2001, we were running restaurants. And there was this guy that used to do garbage, driving a garbage truck. And one day we're in the restaurant and he came in and said to Norman, "Oh, the garbage truck break down in one. So I don't know what's happened to the garbage truck, but he must just leave it at the road because it break down in want money to buy
Mhm.
gas or something." And Norman gave him $40 and come to borrow the $40 to do whatever with the gas for the truck. We don't know if it was true or not, but Norman started paying and give the $40. We never blessed for him again. I know the $40 not come back. Norman gave
Mhm.
him the $40 and he never showed back, never came back, never seen him again. He just took the
Mhm.
$40 and disappeared.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it
So,
feels coming
sometimes
all
you
sorry
have
because when
guys.
people come with hard luck story, when
Yeah.
people come with a hard luck story, you feel sorry for them and you don't know that they're just being dishonest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's how come my husband end up go buy baby formula because he was coming home and a guy come to him and I beg him X amount of money and he said, "What you want that for?" He said, "Man, a drugs." Guy said, "No, for my baby, he need the formula and da 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 da." And husband say, "You know what? Out of an abundance of caution, he not gonna give him the money, but he gonna buy the formula." And he went into the store and buy the formula and he come out figure the guy was gone.
Mhm.
He didn't come out with that formula. He said, "We are
You
gonna
can
get
know
the
on a
formula."
formula. You
He
want
come
the
and
money.
come and want the money.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus,
Mhm.
help us. Oh, dear
Yeah,
Lord. Well,
that's
ladies
how
and
them
gentlemen,
say.
this morning we're going to end earlier because I do have, an appointment today. So we're going to be ending at 11 this morning.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I'm telling you, as I said, you live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some of we not learn yet.
Yeah.
And it takes some hard experiences for us to get it.
Yeah.
So in this holiday
Yeah.
season and any day, we just have to be careful. I remember my sister had called me one day from Jamaica. I sent home 35,000 Jamaican dollars for my son's tuition. And so me always send the money. Me send it, you go pick it up, and the school tuition is paid. This day in particular,
Right.
she called me how them pick her in a bus, the whole 35,000
Lord
gone.
Jesus, peace.
Lord.
They probably saw where she went and pick it up.
I tell you.
Mhm.
Yes, then watch her.
Then
I
what?
see.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
they
go to
watch it.
Western Union and you come out of Western Union, them
Mhm,
just hanging around like vultures.
mhm.
Yeah.
Them just and you know one thing to with us ladies, when we
Yes.
driving, my sister-in-law was driving and she had her pocketbook on the front seat next to her.
I don't do
And
that.
the window
With
was
the open.
partially down.
I
Mhm.
And
don't
she
do
stopped
that.
at a light. And a guy pushed his hand through the window wasn't fully
Of
down, but it
course.
was enough. He pushed his hand in there and grabbed her bag. Luckily,
Mhm.
she was able to push the window up and grab it back because he'd have gone with it.
That happened to a co-worker of mine
I
in
don't do that.
right at the stoplight of Oxford Road and Knutsford Boulevard, below Pegasus
Mm-hmm.
Day.
I know it's where. Yes.
Mhm.
Pat, could address you, fancy, fashionable lady, come to work in tears bawling.
Lord
Because
Jesus.
the guy just let our window down. Now we know
No, we know
Jamaica.
I don't.
You
You're
want breeze
hot.
and what have you, you're hot. Granted, she may have had AC, but whatever. Him just kindly at the traffic light, put him hand, take out the bag,
Yeah,
I'm gone.
and run
Gone.
gone.
yeah, that's a hot spot for them. You
But
stop for the red
ladies,
light
but
and
ladies,
they pick
how
you.
about one time I'd read that story in the newspaper, Jamaican newspaper, but there was also somebody else that it really happened. I don't remember. I think it was my mother who was mentioning it. Christmas, people waiting for their money coming from foreign through the post office. Next
Mhm.
thing you know, somebody go into them pit toilet and go hear the jingle bells playing down in the toilet.
What?
The cards, the Christmas cards, the people them take out the thief out the people them, the mail man or whoever, thief out the people them
Oh,
Christmas cards. And you know the one that sing jingle bells and all that stuff, the Christmas cards when you
Yes.
open it to
the
sing jingle bells.
musical
It was
card.
quite it was playing down in the pit toilet, jingle
Yes,
bells.
because them
All,
seize the money
Oh,
and throw out the
God.
card.
all the way. Them do away with the card, take out the money, throw the card in the toilet.
Throw
In
away
But
the
you
the
pit
know
card.
that
toilet.
Yeah.
was a common assault at the post offices in the communities, though.
Yes,
Back
They
then,
yes,
used
Yes.
yes.
to open people envelope, take out their stuff, and all when
yes,
you're gonna say any mail for so and so, oh no, you not get that mail
Oh
yet.
no.
You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Gone.
Eventually, they
yeah.
had to lock up some of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
They had to
remember
lock up
that.
some of them.
Yes.
Yeah, the post
Yes.
offices were plagued. My aunt and
Yes.
Yes.
uncle, an aunt and uncle of mine, they had applied to um, the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And so they sent back a response and what have you. And they kept going and going and going. And as of yet, but they found out that
No.
she destroyed the mail.
There's pandemonium going on
Yeah.
at the wharf right now because I heard that the government stepped in and a lot of those people who were shady and stealing and carrying on with stuff there, they've gotten rid of
Yeah,
them.
to
A
their
lot of
man.
them got a lot of
Very
them
good.
got
Yeah.
fired. So because of that, they're slowing down at the wharf and so on right now. So
Mhm.
people have been talking about that.
Okay, so ladies, we're
Very
gonna
good.
have to wrap. Christine
Yes, me
says
too, because I have
I
something
was
to do.
on Pitkin in Brooklyn. Me just come off foreign. $100 found by the man in front of me. Then him say, him will share it with me, but him have no change. I should give him 50 and him give me the 100.
Mm.
Me
Oh,
say
Must keep the
no.
Jesus.
100 there.
Jesus.
That a
You better
counterfeit.
keep the
You
100
feel
for
A
me,
yourself.
Queen?
counterfeit money.
That would have been a counterfeit bill.
I,
Yes.
What?
I maybe
And
the counterfeit, maybe when the man in the piece of the line just run off with everything.
same so.
That
Maybe
too.
nearly 500.
Andrea says some people talk too much and people know them getting money. Honest with that.
That man in the mall the other day
Yes.
asking me if me buy
That's
gold.
because
I
the
said, look
second
at me. You see me
gold
wear
and they said
gold?
tomorrow we are get paid.
Yes.
The man,
Thanks,
no, the
girl.
man he just come up in jacket and ask me if I buy gold. I said, look at me. You see
Oh,
me wear gold? Right in a Jamaican. I say, you see me wear gold? I don't have nothing gold. Him look, all right, sister, all right. And then God, I said, me the worst person if you come to buying gold on the
yeah,
street.
the guys them downtown did that a lot. They would have
No.
the stolen items in them coat pack and they would walk around and just flash and ask if you want to buy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now keep stolen
Buying
items.
gold.
Yes. It's happening in New
Yes.
York
Mhm.
too.
So
I'm in a laundromat in New York and people walk up in there try to sell me ring. You say, no, me, I the one from my finger that's up. Me don't want no more.
Right. So, ladies
Yes, in
and
the laundromat,
gentlemen,
right in the Bronx.
there you go.
Ah,
So,
Oh,
viewers, please like click the like button,
like, subscribe.
share, subscribe, please. Let me see the numbers rising. I'm in the 600s, heading to 700. I would like to get to 1,000. Thank you, Chris Wilby. So like, share, share, share. Let's get the numbers up. But I believe we had a good conversation this morning about,
Yes.
Ginnal still
Yeah.
about them, they no stop, and them busy right
No,
now.
no.
Plan something. So let us just all be on the lookout, be careful, watch our surroundings, pay attention to
Yes.
people the best way we can, and
Be
keep
vigilant.
ourselves safe. So today is what? Day
the
10.
10th.
The day 10, and we're counting down to
December
25.
10th.
What I tell you. What a
I
thing.
tell you, the year is just gone like
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. It's almost
But
done.
we want to bless everybody. So
Sorry, Mo.
quickly, ladies, the usual. Let's start branding ourselves and wrap up. Come, Max.
Okay, so Maxine Lanza, Max was I'm a poet and a reggae artist, singer. Of course, I do stage performances. You can find me on Facebook every single day of my Instagram, LinkedIn, of all the media platforms. And you can find my songs on all downloadable platforms. All of us. I'm working on them, so check out. Buy the song only 99 cents per song. You can call me at 917-557-38 only for business. Thank you.
Yes, the pudding pan. The pudding pan is hot in the hot kitchen, and the cake still a bake. I'm baking my last set today, and I got a wonderful message from a customer that I sold to a few years ago, saying that ever since she's been looking for a cake like mine and she still can't find it. So she called and she ordered. So I'm baking my last set. Lady D, yours on the way. Ryan, yours on the way. And you can reach me at 917-533-2380.
Yes, it's gift giving time, it's greeting time. A new year is coming up. You need calendars. Shades of Color by Sharon is African American inspired gift items. Many, many items to choose from. Shop small. Remember your small folks who are trying to assist you in getting some quality products. Hit me up on WhatsApp for a virtual calendar. I mean, not calendar, a virtual catalog, 646-342-6838. Thank you.
And yours truly, Lady D. Denise Gomez. I am presenter and producer of Inside of the Zone, a twice weekly radio program on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York, Mondays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's the Monday Drive. And Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Center Stage. I'm an MC, voiceover actor, audiobooks, radio and TV commercials. I'm playwright, stage management, production. That's the area that I really, really, really love. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in today, ladies. You did good. What would I do without Uno? Half of them are experiences that Uno have, they not have, which makes it so
Each
good.
one teach and we share.
Each one and learn from the
I know,
other.
right?
Yes.
I want to bless everybody. Thanks to all my first timers who are on here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit to know up next Saturday morning. We'll come back with something else. Christmas will come. We have to go. Check me down a Bedford Street in a few.
I want it,
I
yeah.
know what it is. You see you down the side blue. See all right?
No, it's having a little white top.
You see me. So we want to bless everyone and say, have yourselves a great Saturday. I have an event this evening in Queens. We see.
All right.
Love
All
and
right.
love
Yes,
and everybody.
Yeah,
Take it
good.
easy.
Mwah.
Great day.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Me a great breakfast.